All right, gang. Welcome back to another Checo Forex live stream. Hope everybody had a great day today. Today, CPI today. Yeah, we took a hit in the market today, guys, in the New York session, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, we're gonna have those days from time to time, and we're here to shake it off and on to the next trade, right? So let's dive into the charts right quick and let's take a look and see where we're at. Why is this thing lagging? All right. All right, cool. So we're gonna start off with the daily time frame first, and then work our way up. Still wondering why this thing is lagging here. All right, give me a sec. Might have to. It was working perfectly just a minute ago. All right, just give me a second, gang. Let me see if I can get out of this and reopening it. Reopen my trading view, gang. Just give me a sec. Get it to pop up once again, and then let's see. All right, now it looks like it's back up and running. All right, gang. So going back to this, right? So we're on the daily time frame. We had a bearish closure, but it's not as bad as it looked on the earlier time frames. But let's take a look, right? So this is our new resistance level there off the daily. We have our lows here, right? There is no bottom wick on this candle, by the way, but let's take a look here. I mean, look, we had this rejection here, came down, came up, rejected, came down, came up, rejected. I mean, it's not crazy to think this thing can come down here, but we'll have to see. This new daily opened up, doesn't have much of a bottom wick, so this could be a top wick for this to flip. If we re-break the previous daily lows at 24.38, we break those lows on the flip, yeah, we might get a pretty decent drive down. I mean, there's plenty of range here to fill the range, but we go off the smaller time frames here. Let's look at the 4-hour. What do we have on the 4-hour, right? So the 4-hour, let me just slightly move this up here. All right, so look at the 4-hour. Wow, perfectly rejection there, right there, came right back down, and look at that consolidation there, and then we kind of broke that structure. But if we look at the structure we were in, zoom in and get this little range we were in right here that we broke out of today. So look at this move here. So look at the 4-hour ranging, try to break above a couple of times, then we got this massive closure, right? But now we're pushing up. But I feel like we're gonna tap in. We might make an attempt to tap into this level here and then make that reversal. But how do we identify that? It's easier to probably get it off the 1-hour, maybe even off the 30-minute. So for now, I'm gonna wait to see what gold is gonna do off this 1-hour closure here. But we'll wait till 9 o'clock. Let me see, what's the 4-hour? 4-hour. Yeah, we're getting a nice bullish push here, but I mean, there's 12 minutes left on this candle. Previous 4-hour closed bullish, forming this support level here. So this level right here is a target, 24.44. So let's wait and see what gold's gonna do. So we're in this range between 24.60 and 24.44 here, where we got that rejection after the massive push down. So let's stay patient, gang. Let's wait a couple minutes here, and there's a move to take. We'll take it, right? Because again, this could be a drop. This could be the correction to that drop, and then we might continue to move down. Yeah. Yeah, so this is that support off, but on the 1-hour, we have it even a little further down, right around 24.41-ish. Yeah, let's leave it here off the 1-hour and then just wait and see. want to see if we're going to come down and break below. But the fact that we pushed up and now we broke out of this small consolidation area here. See how we had this little area right about here. Wicks there. And this little range. And so it kind of ranged in this little box here. And look how we closed above, bottom wick, and now we're driving up. So it's possible that we can tap this level again. Anything can happen with gold. I mean, if we came down like this and then all of a sudden we drive up and break into this range again, then yeah, we can expect this to continue to drive up. But I feel like this could be a correction to this drop here, and then we might see some further bearish movement. If we do drop down, we break this level here, yeah, we're looking at ranges down here. 24.34, 24.25, you know, 24.16. That 24.16 was a level for a while in this area here when we were stuck in here for a while. Then we drove down from there and then finally came out and broke out of that a while after. But I don't know if it'll come down that far, but yeah, it could. You know, this level right here is key. Just keep an eye on gold. Let's see what it's going to do here in the next couple minutes. All right, while we wait for that, let's take a look at NASDAQ. Wow. Is that gap? Wow, we still got this gap up here. NASDAQ ain't coming down, but this could be a lower high that is creating here. We look at it off the 4 hour here. Look at this. Let me draw it up. Let me see if I can shrink this. Just if you look at this here, if you draw it up like this, right? We'll draw it up like this. So here, NASDAQ broke out of this downtrend here, and then it's coming to retest. So this, it could push up. I mean, I was always still thinking it was going to come and fill this little gap up here, but it hasn't done that yet. So, you know, what I could expect at this point, I mean, you know, this is just that trend line, but, you know, just to give us that visual. But I feel like it can start reversing from here. We might start seeing another breakdown to the downside here. It's definitely on a downtrend here. Look, even though it made a nice recovery here, though, very nice recovery. It broke this level here after it broke below, rejected, pushed down, but then now it broke back above, retested, and pushed up. So this thing might want to come back up here too. Like I said, this gap will definitely get filled eventually, so it might come up, you know, and grab that, get that gap filled, and then start turning back down. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. All right, Bitcoin's still in this range. I have marked this up before, so yeah, Bitcoin's not doing much, even though it did drive down today. Yeah, heavy bearish push, but it held up here right at that level there, and yeah, let's see. I mean, this could be a top wave for this thing to continue to drive down. So I don't know. Bitcoin could be looking at 54, 51. Yeah, there could be some more bearish movement on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's just ranging. Hasn't been doing much lately. All right, gang. So quick top-down analysis there. On NASDAQ, Bitcoin, and gold. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on this level. So we got about 6 minutes left, gang. So let's be patient. Let's wait. Let's wait and see what happens. So we have any updates here? Take a look here. Hey, yeah, actually, it's good to know. You know, the war out there in the Middle East, that Israel war is, it's getting a little heated over there. So, that can be bullish for gold if things get worse. So yeah, let's see. Tension that could lead to safe haven demand for precious metal. Yeah, so that's what happens sometimes with war. It's very bullish for gold. So yeah. So this is the reason why the tensions are high. It says expectations of a response from Iran to and Hezbollah to Israel after the assassination of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh and Hezbollah commander Fuad Shukr. I can't pronounce that. So yeah, this could be why price action might do something else. Again, this could standardly be based on price action, right? What I see here is I see this drop, correction, right, and then the continuation. But because of that situation in the Middle East, this thing could start driving up. Might make a smaller correction, but then break back above this range, and then all of a sudden take off. So that's possible, but we can't just wing it and just take an entry off the rip. We have to wait for certain levels to break and candles to print a certain way as well. All right, 4 minutes, gang. Let me move over to the 4-hour time frame. I just want to see how this closes up here. Oh, let me look at the weekly. I want to. Oh, it still hasn't. Wow, it still hasn't flipped bearish. This is nuts. I was telling you guys how this candle closed below this resistance level, and then the new candle on late Sunday market open, and then all Monday and Tuesday was ripping up, and then today we got this crazy pullback here. So it dropped till about here, perhaps, but it hasn't flipped bearish yet. That's another thing to keep an eye on. I mean, if this thing ends up flipping bearish and re-breaking the lows here, yeah, but it might not. I mean, this might be a pullback, and then it's going to continue to drive up. If it closes bullish and remains above the resistance, remember this is the new candle. So previous week closed below. If this candle, closes bullish above this, then we can expect further push up. 2,500, 2,520 could be the next targets up here before we see a nosedive all the way back down. Yeah, daily pulled up, made a top wick here. Let's see. This top wick could be a little steeper, maybe 24.57, 60, and then get the flip. Remember, the key level to look at is 24.38. If we break that daily low, then we can expect to drive down. Maybe grab this wick, 24.16. It's this wick right here, that level I was mentioning earlier. I mean, it's possible. On the smaller time frames, there's other support levels that come a lot sooner. Like again, if you look at the 4-hour, we have levels here, 24. What is this one? 24.34, 24.26, and then you got what was it? 24.16 right here, and then all the way down the range is 24.64. So, we have to wait for candles to print at this point. So those are the levels that are potential targets if we break below this support today or tomorrow. Once you mark up your charts, right? I get in the habit of knowing, where my potential targets can be. You always want to know where your TP is going to be, right? Where are your potential partial profits? You can have uh, that information in advance while you're waiting for candles to print. You can say, look, if it breaks this level, this is probably where I'll have my targets. If it breaks this level, I'll have my targets here. And remember, you're taking a trade off the 4-hour, but you can set your targets off the smaller time frames, the 30, the 1 hour. So you don't have to stick to one time frame per se. Every time frame, has its own language, I would say, or the chart printings, even though you're bearish or you're bullish, whatever it is, you can find your levels and also look for your entries off the smaller time frames as well. But yeah, here we go. Look, we're getting this wick here. Yeah, we got about less than a minute. Was that? Yeah, this thing might close bullish. We would have some range here. See, what I would do probably now that we're getting this nice pullback, I would see if we'll get a top wick. If we get a top wick and re-break the highs first, then I'll have sells. I have a sell position right around this area here. My stop losses would be probably just above the resistance level. I wouldn't risk too much here, but yeah, I'll probably look for a sell position right around this area here. All right, let's see what it does here. All right, making up. All right, we got a new 4-hour candle here, new 1-hour candle. We got a nice top wick on that one. See, if we make that top wick first, an entry can also be the re-break of the previous 1-hour lows. We can have a sell stop here and catch these 70 pips on the way down. There's 70 pip range from here, 75 pips approximately. So, sorry, not 75. What is that? No, I'm sorry. Like 70 pips. 70 pips. But yeah, you see, it's making that top wick first. If we come up and re-break the highs first, I might take a wick entry sell from here and then catch the drive back down, but we'll see. This can make a smaller top wick and then just reflip. If I see that happening, I'll have a sell stop at the break of the previous 1-hour lows. I'm starting to push up here. I might even do it at the break of the current 1-hour lows here. I mean, I would prefer for it to come up, take out the highs, and then flip. But, this could be it right here, and then the flip. Yeah, I'm gonna have it here, gang. I'm gonna have a sell stop at 24.49. I'm gonna do it at the break of the current 1-hour lows. I'm going half risk on this, by the way, too. Let's see what my stops would be. My stops would be, well, if it's gonna break the previous, I'll have it above the previous 1-hour. Or let me see the far. Take a look at the far real quick. Yeah, all right, right above the previous 4-hour. Now, if we come up before getting activated, we come up and re-break the highs. I'll see how high it's gonna push, and then I'll probably take a sell entry up here, anticipating the reflip down. But this is just in case this is as big a wick is gonna give us. But once we come down and re-break it the lows, then we should continue to drive down. So my goal is to get this range right here. I have a sell stop, gang. Sell stop. So on the break of the current candle lows, if we do flip back down, it'll activate us, and then we should get the rest of the drive down. But again, if we do come up and break the highs first, then I'll see how much higher it wants to come up here. But I wouldn't mind taking a sell here again, anticipating the reflip of the candle. We'll just set this up here. One. And the stop loss is 2455.50, just above the previous candle high. If this candle reflips bearish, then we should get the drive down. All right, gang, let's see where we're at here. I'm trying to fix that window, but it's acting weird. I'll worry about that when I set my settings up again. This thing is acting crazy. There we go. We might be breaking the highs first. That's fine too. If we break the highs, then I'll delete the sell stop, and then we'll look for another entry. Yeah, so something was wrong with my OBS, but I think when everything froze up earlier, then now it came up and the screen is like mad tiny. So I apologize for that tonight. You know, we'll deal with it tonight. You guys can zoom in if you're on your mobile devices. That'll be fine for tonight. But I gotta fix all this nonsense over here. I don't know what the heck happened. Well, let me see it. There might be a way I can do it. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can delete this and then re-add it. Right? Windows capture here. And nope. What is it? Dang it. I'm gonna fix this right now, gang. Hold on one second. What's this? Let's go. Hold on. I'm editing this, so this is crazy. Wait, hold on. Right. I'll do this right now. Hold on. Let me see if this works. I have to zoom this out here. This should work, gang. Let's see. All right, then I add my face to this thing here. All right, perfect. All right, let's see, gang. Did that work? I hope it did. Did it work? Yeah. Well, you guys are the ones watching me on stream. If it did work, just type that up in the chat so I can know that everybody got a normal view of the screen now that I redid everything. I don't know why that happened, so but it's fixed, gang. I hope. Just let me know on the chat if anybody's watching the stream. Just let me know if everything's back to normal. All right. Yeah, we're still pulling up here. Haven't broken the lows, but we haven't broken the highs either. Honestly, I would rather take the sell from up here if possible. You know, we can get an entry, you know, right around this area here. Let me even mark a box more or less to have an idea. I would say like anywhere in this range up here. If we can have gold come up, take out the highs, and tap into this area here, then I wouldn't mind, you know, jumping in on the sell. Have our stop losses right up here. Take that risk. You know what I mean? All right, perfect, gang. Yes. All right, so you can see it better. All right, good. Good to know. All right. Let's all right. Yeah, Vontae, FOM strategy was like, yo, your screen's too tiny, bro. I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on here? But yeah, Vontae just confirmed that everything's back to normal, so that's good. All right, gang. So we're here. We're waiting for our entry. Let's see. Plenty of volume. I mean, not as much, but it's moving. But we did get this rejection here. If we can come up and re-break the highs and tap into this area here, then I'll look for sell opportunities right around this area here. All right, yeah, FOM strategies, yeah, definitely. I appreciate it though, pointing that out because I didn't realize it until you mentioned it. Because again, I'm not watching my own stream, so it's not sure how you guys view it. But I appreciate you giving me that heads up, and I was able to make the adjustment. What we were ranging here for so long, just consolidating in this area here. Made a few attempts to break out. This was a little bit of a push up, but with a nice push up, another nice push up with CPI today, spiked up and then just flipped. But now that we broke the structure here, we came all the way down to the very next level. See that? Well, this one broke below, but we were literally right at this new level here, which was the next range after breaking out here. I feel like this is a correction. This is like that impulse, and then we're gonna get this correction, right? Hopefully, maybe into this purple shaded area, and then boom, then the continuation. At the very least, the retest of this level here, But if we can catch the sell from up here, that's a nice drop then. This right here for tonight, if we get activated here, if this sell stop gets activated, yeah, it's like a 70 pip drop. So it's a nice little bag there for our Asia session. But we'll see. Let's see if we're gonna break the highs here first, or re-break the lows first. At the moment, there we go. We look like we're pushing up here. Let me zoom in on this. I'm holding on to this sell stop until we re-break the previous highs here. That's the 4 hour. Yeah. So on the 4 hour, we take out the highs on the 4 hour, then I'll delete the sell stop and then look for a wick entry. And at that point, we'll be getting in off the rip. And stops are kind of steep. Well, 15-minute highs here. Yeah, not much here. We got these wicks up here. Yeah, but figure it out. I don't like to risk more than like 1 or 1.5% of any trade. So. Come on, gold. You gonna re-break the highs or what? Still plenty of time, gang. About 39, 40 minutes left on this candle. There's still time for this 1 hour to reflip bearish. Same for the 4 hour. I mean, this 4 hour can push up, like I said, maybe take out the highs, peak up here with a nice top wick, and then we can start seeing the 4-hour flip. But if it does, once we get up here, even though we could take that risk, if our stops are here, it's very low risk. I mean, we're talking about 50 pips, give or take. It's not much, to kind of take a chance here and get that rejection. But if there is a strong bullish move, which I don't think is going to happen, at least not during Asia, we get a break above this level again and come back into the range, then we can assume that gold is going to come all the way back up and potentially hit these targets up here somewhere. So, looking at 2500-ish. That's the psychological level. Back here to 1 hour and see what we're gonna do. All right, we're starting to get rejected. Came close to taking out the highs, but again, it's a nice top wick. Either way, if we flip bearish, we should get activated. We should see a continuation to the downside. Looking bearish. That 4-hour flip too. Yes. And we do flip and we break the current low, then that should be a good indication that we're going to continue to drive down. But we have to break the low. Ooh, all right, so we flip bearish, gang. All right, let's see if it's going to push down now. Nice rejection here, made a nice top wick. Now it's starting to flip bearish. Give me a sec, chat. Go have some coffee, but it's getting a little too cool for my liking. Let me go kind of heat this up real quick. I'll be right back, gang. Let me go do something real quick. All right, gang, I'm back. I'm back. Thank you for waiting. All right, not activated yet, but we are starting to flip bearish. The 4 hour flipping bearish here. I would have wanted it to give me a bigger push like from this level here, but came close. Missed. What did it miss it by? Yeah, not by much, by like 7 pips or so. Stuck there. Using this actually. Nicer view on the screen here. Man, came close to look, kind of pulled down a little bit more, but not enough to get us activated here. Patience, gang, patience. Still waiting for that flip. And the price action looks real nice. You know, we're ranging here. Got this nice breakout here. Now we get the breakout, get the correction, and then I feel like we're gonna, you know, once we re-break the lows here, we will continue to drive down tonight. And these other potential targets, 20, 24, 34, 35 down here, 24, 16, 17 down there. And gold is trying to move up. It really is trying. It looks like it's trying to push back up. It's getting rejected here. I feel like sellers are going to push this thing back down, come right back down, at least to retest the level down here. Let's see. Kind of just ranging in this area here with a 5-minute look. So the 5 minutes just kind of up and down here. Yeah, that's how I marked that shaded area. Would have tapped into that level there. Could have looked for the rejection from up here. We might still do that. We're not activated on this trade. If I still see that move play out, where we take out the 5-minute highs here, for example, just kind of drive up. 15 minutes just consolidating here. But look at the 30-minute. Look, you see those wick rejections off the 30. This current 30, no bottom wick. Yeah, it's possible that we can still see a drive down, but we'll be patient and wait. See what happens. Retail sales tomorrow. Unemployment claims tomorrow as well, as far as news in the U.S. We should see some volatility in the market tomorrow as well. Still waiting on that volume. We usually get a nice little kick of volume around this time. Hopefully it'll kick in soon. See, we get this push down. We get a push here. We break the lows, then we should be good. But we got about 14 minutes left on this candle. Let's see. Oh, there we go, gang. So we're gonna do it now. Come on, go. Made us wait a whole hour here. Oh, about to get activated. Oh, wow. Oh, all right, gang. I'm in. I'm activated here on the sell finally. And yeah, we're in. Let's see now. It's all in the hands of probability now, gang. And I will say I'm moving stops above the current candle, current 1 hour candle right here. So yeah, my stops are about 24.54. So that's the stops there. Stop loss is at 24.54. So we got 50 pip risk. And yeah, we'll manage risk as we go now. But we're in the blue now, gang. Let's see what happens. We just took out the previous 1 hour lows as well. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if it's gonna continue to push down. Came down, took out the lows. Let me I'm taking my partials right there. Taking partials when we come down and take out the previous 4 hour lows. Just show up here, yeah. So right when it grabs these wicks right here, if we tap that, I'll take partials. I'll see. Yeah, we took out the previous 1 hour lows. Let's see if we continue to drive down. Yeah, that's about 24 pips or so. Normally when in a case like this, we came out, made a pretty decent top wick here, and pretty much the whole hour of this candle for the most part just kind of going up and down. But once we flipped bearish and it broke its own low and also rebroke the previous 1 hour lows, it's a high chance that it'll continue to drive down. Nothing's guaranteed, of course, but more likely we'll continue to push down here. But let's see. We're in drawdown. What? In drawdown 9 pips. It's not bad. We'll let it play out. So small risk, 50 pips at the stop loss there. So let's see if we're going to continue to push down. Previous 30 closed bearish. It's starting to kind of flip bearish here on the 30 minutes. So we already rebroke the 1 hour low, so we should see a drop. But again, right? Market does whatever it wants, but we trade our game plan. If our setup presents itself, we take it, you know, and then we wait. Having drawdown in the trade, gang, is completely normal. Most trades you get into have some drawdown, so you just have to make sure you don't over leverage, don't use too big a lot size for your balance, and you know, our stop loss is right above the current candle highs right here. That's it. That's how I trade. That's where I would put my risk. Because if it was to come down, take out the 1 hour lows, if it reflips and takes out its own high, more likely than not, it's going to continue to drive up. So I don't want to be in the trade anymore. At that point, I want to be out of this trade. So, but once it came down and broke the lows, we got in. And this is what I like to call an A+ setup. It's a high probability trade. I've been doing this a long time, and you know, 85% of the time, this setup, you know, plays out well for us, and we're able to make some profits. But again, I don't guarantee any profits. I don't guarantee any winnings. Like I said, I have a plan. I have a strategy. I trade a certain way, and that's my setup. And I took my setup on stream with you guys. And if you took this trade with me, great. You know, if you don't like it, look, we're at break even right now. You can get out right now. If you're not happy with the setup or the trade, you can definitely close your trade out now. Come on, go give us that push down. Give us some of that volume so we can secure some profits. Let's see, this candle closes in 5 minutes. I want to see if it's going to close bearish now. A bearish close on the 1 hour would be nice. And we just rebroke the low right there again. Like the third time we break the previous 1 hour lows, but we won't push through. Let's see, will we get a push here? All right, 40 seconds to this candle closure here. We got a doji closure here. We could come up, make a steeper top wick here, and then get the push back down. But we're seeing a little bit more volume now, so let's see. Let's see if the volume will drive us down, or is it going to push up and re-break the highs and stop us out? All right, hang in there, gang. I'm gonna switch offices real quick. All right, just bear with me. I'll be right back. All right, gang, I'm back here. So where we're at. All right, we're pushing up a little bit, making this top work here. Yeah, none of these candles on the 5 minute have some the bottom wicks here, so let's see, we'll come down and make bottom wicks for these candles and continue to drive down. 15 minute, still pushing up, but we're getting a flip here. Let's see if we continue to push down. 30-minute current bullish, 8 minutes to that closure there. Let's see. Yeah, let me take a look at that 30-minute. And we did get this rejection here, but yeah, this 30-minute closes bullish. Let's see, did it take out the high here? Yeah, it looks like it slightly broke the previous 30 high there. It's possible that that initial idea I had before, if we would have come up and tapped into this range here, then take the sells from here. But let's see. We got 6 minutes left. Let's see if it'll pull down for us a little bit. It looks like it wants to re-break the previous 30 highs here. Thirty's pushing up here. 30, taking out the previous 30 highs now. See, looks like it wants to drive up right now. Yeah, so there's a fib resistance here. I might consider moving the stop loss up, probably above this this other 1 hour high here. Only because you see how we're getting that rejection off this Fibonacci level here. And our stops are sitting right on the line there. This thing might potentially come up and tap. So we might want to give it a little more room. Yeah, let me do that. Gang, I'm putting my stops above here. I moved it up 13 pips. I'll make it an even 15. Even 15 pips. I'm gonna give it a little more room. I'm gonna give it a little more room there. So I moved the stops up to 2455.50. Just above that this previous 1 hour highs, and again also basing it on there's a fib level right there. So hopefully if that fib will hold, it'll push us down, same way it did with these candles here. If we break that high, then you know we'll take the L and we'll call it a night. Yeah, this 30-minute already took out the previous highs here, so let's see. It's looking like it wants to close strong bullish here. You see, it's still a minute left. Might push down now. All right, there's a bit of a rejection there on this 30-minute. Kind of pulled back a little bit here. Man, we haven't stayed on stream. We've only been on stream for about 2 hours now. It's not that bad, but I'm usually out of here before 10 o'clock. Yesterday, we took our trade, made our profits, and got out right away. Tonight, we're in it for a little bit longer. Let's see. Hopefully, you know, we'll be able to get some profits here. We were in profit here for a little bit, but just a few pips, and it just kind of, once it broke the lows, it just pushed back up. So. All right. Hey, it closed a little weak bullish there. You see that there? FOM strategies. So yeah, ripped up, making this making a top wick first. No bottom wick on the 30. Hopefully we'll just come up. You know, probably tap into the highs here and then get that flip back down. Let's see. We did get a nice little pullback on the 30 though, so I think it closed somewhat weak bullish here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour is still running. We made a top wick on the 30. Now we're flipping, come down, make this bottom wick. Let's see. Let's see if made this top wick, and then we're gonna start driving back down. Let me keep it on the 30 for now. I want to see if it makes I mean, it could have made a steeper top wick, but it's not a bad top wick here at the candle open, and then we can come down and start making a bottom wick here and start driving down. But we are getting these rejections. Look at this wick rejection, rejection. And remember the Fibonacci levels right here at this wick here, which is right at the previous 1 hour, which is where we had our stops just above that, but I pushed them up an extra 15 pips just to give it. I'm sorry, the fib is on this wick here. Just give it that extra room. You know, if it breaks above that high there, then more likely we'll get stopped out. But let's see. Let's see if we're gonna start pushing down. Oh, there's a 30 going down. Yeah. Now the 1 hour after pushing up, you know, we might start coming back down here. Let's see. Already flipped bullish again here. Break the highs. Oh no, tap right at the high, but let's see if it might break the high now. The previous 30 high, I mean. Not yet. I still think that gold is gonna drive down right back to retest this range. It's we took it at the break of these lows here off the 4 hour. So, and I'm sorry, off the 1 hour, not the four. Yeah, this break of the low here. So when it came down, it was pushing bullish. And I was waiting to see if it would have broken the highs here first. I would have waited for it to tap into this area to take our sales from here. But it came down and took out the lows and activated us, but then yeah, pushed back up. But if it still come down, I mean, I feel like it'll probably come up, test this range here, test this resistance here, and then start driving back down. A 30-minute might look to break the highs. It hasn't broken the highs yet, the previous 30 highs yet. See if it'll break now. And so it came up, didn't break the previous 30 highs, and now it's starting to flip back now. Like, gonna flip bearish. Yes. Starting to flip bearish here. I thought it would have broke the 30 highs there and then flip down, but yeah, we're getting that rejection right here. Rejection, 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 rejection. So let's see if at one point we're gonna get that strong push down and start driving into profit. Let's keep an eye on the 30 here. Bearish closure on this 30 would be nice too. I mean, probably the 1 hour could flip bearish. That would be nice too. Let's see. Oh, they actually broke the previous highs right there on the 30. All right. Yeah. 5 minutes closed bearish there. 15-minute currently bearish. See, maybe the 30 will flip bearish before it closes. Not much happening. Yeah, we're currently sitting on what is it, 27 pips. 28 pips currently in drawdown. Yeah, we got 40 seconds on this 1 hour, 30 minute as well. 15 minute. 15 minute might close bearish here. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna close bearish there. 30 minute kind of pushing down. All right. See, 15 seconds. 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes closing bullish. Yeah. All right. It wasn't a bad closure on the 30. Closed bullish though, but and we did break the previous 30 highs, but the 1 hour and this candle made this high. Previous 1 hour failed to break that high. This 1 hour failed to break the high there as well. So let's see. We're still in it, gang. We're still in it. You know, this thing, let's see. If it comes up, makes a top wick first, then we can get the flip down. Let's see what happens here. I'm still in it, gang. Still holding this trade here. Just give me a few minutes, gang. Let me take a bit of a break and grab something to drink, and I'll be right back. All right, just hang tight. We're still in this trade. New 1 hour candle open, new 30-minute candle as well. So I'll leave it on the 30-minute chart there. I'll be right back.
broke the highs here on the 30-minute. Let's see. Kind of pulling back now a little bit. All right, so on the 30-minute here, getting all these wick rejections, even though we're re-breaking the highs here. It's starting to show signs of weakness from what I can see here, even though it's kind of trending upwards here. No bottom wick here. What's the 15-minute? All right, 15-minute close bearish. 5-minute close bearish. No top wick though. Let's see. Let's stay on this 1 hour candle here in the next 29 minutes. We'll see what it does. As we're getting this wick rejection off the 1 hour. I mean, there's 25 minutes left, but this 1 hour can flip bullish, close bullish here, and we might start seeing the push down that we're waiting for. But we'll see if we'll get a bearish closure on this 1 hour candle here. Yeah, we're currently down 30 pips. Not a huge drawdown, but drawdown nonetheless. But it's not too bad. It's moving very slow at the moment. All right, so we got a little push up here on gold. Let's see if it's gonna hold below this level here. Five-minute pushed up with no bottom work there. Push back down from this level here. Let's see. We'll respect that level there and start pushing back down here. Nice rip up. Yeah. And so 30 minutes closing respecting this level. We tapped into that Fibonacci retracement. Just put a line right here. You can see we tap right into it, kind of push back down. We leave that level there just to have it as a reference. Let's see if we're going to hold below that level there. You know, we pushed up here earlier, also on this candle. Now we came back, tapped again. Let's see if we're going to get a rejection back down like this. So this 30 is closing in another 5 seconds or so. So let's see if this level will hold here, close below it, and it just did. Okay, so let's see what this new candle does. We'll keep an eye. Let's keep an eye on the 1 hour here and see how it plays out here. Let's see if we can start rejecting from this range here, pushing back down. Let's see. All right, pulling up for a top wick first. Yeah, we got this new 1 hour. Let's let it play out here, gang. Our stops are set here at the break of this level. We give it some extra room just in case it wants to wick above and come back down. This current 1 hour open with no bottom wick, so we'll see if it's gonna reflip bearish. All right, give me a sec. I'll be right back, gang. I'm still holding this trade here. Yeah, we're kind of breaking above here, but we have no bottom wick here, so let's see if we can try to stay below our stop loss. Then just kind of come down, make this bottom wick here, and start flipping. It's been pretty bullish, I'd say, though. After taking out the lows here, put us in profit, but flip right back up. Wow. I'm still in this trade. Almost hit our stops there. Let's see if it'll push down, but it looks like it's gonna hit. Wow, came close to the stops there. Will we survive, or is it gonna spike up, take us out? I missed my stop by like a pip. Yeah. Let's see. Gonna push down, or is it gonna tap the stop loss? Yeah. Oh, this correction was massive. Yeah, but it close to the stop. Wow, it literally just right at the stop there. See? Yeah, but I think it's gonna push up here. It's gonna take us out here. Ooh, almost. Yeah, it took me out there, gang. All right, stops were hit there. Yeah, we just couldn't recover after breaking the lows here. All right, gang. That was a slow trade. Unfortunately, we didn't survive this pullback here. Yeah, this correction went up a lot higher than I expected. This is still a level of interest here, but yeah, I got stopped out there. And as you can see, this is one thing to look at. We don't have a bottom wick here, but well, we got 46 minutes. I would say if this candle were to close above here, then we're gonna fall into this range right here. So we'll wait and see. Now it's starting to wick down a little bit, but all right, gang. But that'll do it for me tonight. We've been on long enough here, and unfortunately, we took a L today. But we'll move on to the next trade. For my platform members, I will be trading the New York session tomorrow morning, and I'll be back on stream tomorrow for Asia as well. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, sticking around, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, everyone, have a great night, and I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.